stump will eventually rot, decay, and go away. And what we will have, and this is the same tree from a different angle, I just wanted to see the roots. As this stump decays and goes away, pretty soon we'll have this, this tree standing on these roots up in the middle of the air. And so someone who's going to look at that conceptually might say, oh, here's a tree that's, you know, becoming an ent and whatever it is and walking across the planet. It's like, well, no, this is a tree that sprouted in a stump. The stump rotted away. We need to become detectives of the real observable phenomena on planet Earth if we stand a chance at interacting with our place in an ecologically sound manner. And in case you guys have been living under a rock lately, it's time that humanity wakes up and starts living in an ecological manner. It's time to stop destroying the resource bases upon which we depend and start interacting with them in a way that helps them to optimize their function and their growth, which will obviously help us. It's the Earth care part of it. Without us taking care of the planet Earth, it won't take care of us. And without us taking care of people, people won't take care of planet Earth. And if we're going to be doing permaculture, permanent agriculture, agriculture means growing food. Growing food means growing enough for us and growing a surplus that we can then share and exchange. And some of that surplus gets reinvested back into our own projects. So we increase the natural capital and the natural wealth and the productivity of our site. And hence, if you're trying to do any kind of sustainable agriculture and you don't want to pay attention to ecology or ecological processes, you lose, because everything, all plants and animals obey and fall within the realm of ecological processes on planet Earth. They just do. And if you don't believe it, it's too bad. They still do. Currently, right now, I'm in a fascinating place with some clients. I'm in eastern Pennsylvania. This is the original building on the property. It was built, the building started here in 1760 by free colonists. They weren't English, well, they weren't like indentured English, and they weren't royalty. These were just like regular commoners that came and started a homestead. And they would build a cabin right over here. And then this was a spring house, and they made a developed little spring, and the water came out through here, and in this little tunnel was where they would store things that needed refrigeration. They came out to this land, and think about early colonists. They had to survive. Let's take a permaculturist, any permaculturist, and let's drop them off somewhere in the middle of the USA and say, okay, survive. Will they be able to do it? Well, these people did. Some of what they did is they interacted with their environment according to their concepts. And they, of course, believed that they had to, cut everything down and clear it off and grow grains and legumes and stuff like that. That has some negative consequences long term. But what they did, a lot of really very wise and prudent things. This little tree right here, we can learn a little bit about this. This is a tulip poplar. This is the biggest doggone tulip poplar I've ever seen.